All right, Rangers fans, buckle up because we've got everything to unpack after that glorious 4-1 hammering of Nice last night, from Dujon Sterling staring down the barrel of a 3-match ban to Hamza Igamane playing like a young Alfredo Morelos. There's drama, brilliance, and of course, some controversy brewing. We'll dive into Jack Butland's glowing praise for a breakout star, pick apart our recruitment woes with some harsh truths, and then ask, could Philippe Clement really be off to manage Belgium before Christmas? Oh, and wait until you hear what that win means for our Europa League hopes. We're talking prize money, standings, and the knockout dream. Stay with me till the end because, trust me, you won't want to miss the last news. Would be one of the most shocking things I've seen in football. Let's get into it. Oh, Dujon Sterling, what were you thinking, mate? After that cracking 4-1 win over Nice, he's gone and had a pop at the referee on social media, calling the ref desperate. That's a bit spicy for UEFA's liking, and now he's apparently at risk of a 3-match ban. Talk about scoring an own goal after the final whistle. Keith Hackett, the ex-FIFA referee, is all over this, warning that UEFA's eagle-eyed match delegates and referee observers will be on it like a hawk on a mouse. Sterling's tweet will likely have been flagged, and if UEFA gets involved, a ban could be incoming faster than a Tavernier penalty. It's a reminder that even a wee rant online can cost you big, especially in the world of European football. It's a shame because Sterling's been in great form, assisting that goal for Diamanda and staking a claim for a starting spot over Tav. Now, he's sitting on a potential suspension instead of focusing on the next match. The club will no doubt be pulling him aside, reminding him that you can't go mouthing off online no matter how rubbish you think the officiating was. Here's a question for you though. Should players be punished for speaking their minds off the pitch, or is UEFA too obsessed with keeping everything squeaky clean? Let's hear your thoughts, Rangers fans. Well, how about that for a statement win? Smashing Nice 4-1 in their own backyard was sweet enough, but Hamza Igamane absolutely stole the show. 2 goals, an assist, and probably still had time to swap shirts at the end. What a night for the lad. Jack Butland was quick to sing his praises, calling the whole performance outstanding, and he wasn't wrong. Igamane's starting to look like the kind of player we've been crying out for, a proper game changer. If he doesn't get the nod over Dezers against St. Johnstone, I reckon there'll be a few puzzled faces. Let's be honest, Dezers missing that sitter was the kind of thing that makes you reach for another pint and mutter a few choice words under your breath. Meanwhile, Igamane was out there proving why he's ready for more starts. Now credit where it's due to Butland as well. 6 saves on a night where Nice saw plenty of the ball isn't too shabby, even if that late consolation goal will annoy him. Still, with a defense that could sometimes use a sat-nav to find its shape, having Butland in top form is like finding gold dust. Here's one to stir the pot a bit. Should Dezers even be in the squad right now, or has Igamane earned the right to be our first choice striker? Let's hear what you've got to say. This win leaves Rangers sitting in 8th place on 10 points in the Europa League standings, which, let's face it, is a cracking spot to be in. Automatic qualification to the last 16 might be a tough ask with teams like Spurs and Man United still to come, but even landing between 9th and 24th means we're laughing all the way to the knockout rounds, and with Union Saint-Gilloise still to come to Rangers, it's hard to see us slipping out of contention. The financial boost isn't bad either. Nearly £5 million in prize money already, and more to come if we keep this up. That's the kind of cash that can go towards finding another gem like Igamane. Clement's gamble on the summer recruitment, letting big names go and taking a punt on players from less obvious markets, is finally starting to look like a bit of a masterstroke. Now, Igamane's performance will have fans buzzing, but Clement made it clear He wants consistency. Fair play to him for not letting one good night go to anyone's head. But let's not ignore the context. Nice weren't at full strength, and the real test will be whether this squad can keep up the momentum when the pressure ramps up in both the league and Europe. Here's one for you. Has Igamane's breakout moment justified the summer overhaul, or is it still too soon to say the recruitment gamble has paid off? Now that we've talked about that thrashing, let's talk about the team itself and the off-field issues. Recruitment, the eternal headache at Rangers, eh? Andy Newport's not holding back here, and honestly, it's hard to argue with him. Our shopping list in the transfer window has too often been like picking up a trolley full of duds at the supermarket, lots spent, but not much to show for it on the pitch. 11 points behind Celtic, sitting third, and somehow Aberdeen's 9 points ahead of us. That's enough to make you want to chuck your season ticket into the Clyde? Newport's right about the need for direction. It feels like there's no joined-up thinking. Money's been splashed, but what's the return? We've got lads who look like world beaters on paper but can't string two decent performances together in the Premiership. Then there's Clement, who's become the master of the Houdini act. Just when you think he's out, he pulls off a big win, like that 4-0 against FCSB, and lives to fight another day. The League Cup final and Europa League run might paper over some cracks, but let's not kid ourselves. It's been a woeful league campaign, and while it's easy to point fingers at the manager, this problem runs deeper. Recruitment's not just about picking the right players, it's about having a vision, a plan. Right now, we look like a club without either. So here's a fiery one for you. Is it time to rip up the current recruitment system and bring in fresh faces behind the scenes, or should Clement take the full brunt for this shambles of a season? Dive into it. Well, here's a twist worthy of a soap opera. Philippe Clement potentially off to manage Belgium, and Rangers might just wave him off without so much as a check for £3 million. Keith Wyness is suggesting that Rangers might be so fed up with the current state of things that they'd let him go for free. Honestly, if this isn't the kind of drama that sums up modern football, I don't know what is. Let's unpack it. Clement hasn't exactly been winning any popularity contests this season. What with us sitting 11 points behind Celtic in the league, the highs of Europe haven't masked the lows of domestic inconsistency. Sure, he's shown flashes of what he can do, those big European wins and the odd tactical masterclass, but in the league, it feels like we've been treading water, so you can see why some might be happy to let him pack his bags. Then there's the Belgium job, a chance to manage one of the most talented national teams in the world. It's not hard to imagine Clement's head might already be halfway there. The Vincent Manaia connection only adds fuel to the fire. If Belgium come calling and Rangers get £3 million in the process, that's a win-win, right? But if we just let him go for nothing, that's the kind of decision that would have you scratching your head over your pint in the Loudon Tavern. Here's one to get the chat going. If Clement leaves, should we take the cash and rebuild, or is letting him go for free a betrayal of the club's financial interests? Let's have it, Rangers fans. If you haven't seen yesterday's video yet, you're missing out. Explosive news about Rangers that'll leave every fan stunned. Go check it out now.